on this map.
Well, you can do the thinking. I'll just watch the game and talk over it, I think, Josh. About the theory of it all. It's a deep push down mid here with a flash to re-clear. Forsaken also taking a couple of shots off. He's still got the dash active. Does he want to make another go of it? Just the once and backs away.
Yeah, but he's the only person over there. Instead, the rest of this is coming into MaKo.
Yeah,
who's sat with just a classic, has to give the sight. By the way, Daveeys got a sheriff in this round, so why not?
I mean, I love it. Fast plays around. RB's trying to catch, again, just the backhead ahead of Forsaken when he's rotating back. The plant's already down. What's the post-plant position it looks like? They want to refight up a ramp already. It's going to be 5 players stacked up towards main, and they're trying to fight for control of this one. Nobody is left onto the site. Got the one pull.
That stun is quite nice.
Yeah, one pull for the spikes. So they still have a bit of time pressure as well.
No one from PaperX on the site.
Yeah, no one from PaperX at all on the side. They do only have the one pull. They have to clear this. RB is gone down. Buzz, though, has to stand his ground, has to spray them down. He does claim the one. Already, players are weak, sticking onto the diffusers. Yes, but they don't have control of main. This mindfreak to clean it up. Yeah, what a beginning. I mean, by all of our expectations, something was doing so much for this team. There we go. Bit of an aggressive play on the eco round here for DRX as they try and clear through, but they have just been
very clean.
Turned into mincemeat, haven't they? But yeah, all expectations, just to finish the point that I started, really should be that DRX are taking this series, but a strong start for PRX. They've only had 10 days of practice. Josh, you asked Alex earlier.
Yeah. Yep, and Alex likes to be humble. He likes to underplay things, but he did say could have gone better. Now, cgrs is coming in here to play Initiator. You heard from the desk earlier a little bit of a breakdown of this player, and he is mostly a Gecko main, but he has...
Well, not quite. It is evenly spread as a satchel with the flash as well. It's all combined together, and yeah, they're not wasting time. Stars have to be activated. Buzz seeks to, again, reinforce it up. That Boombot was, again, just drifting around the corner. There's nades sailing this way, that way.
He's in the right city for it, that Boombot.
Absolutely. The snake bites at the feet, though, will slow this one down. PaperX get a bit bogged in the choke.
And this would be a nice round for one of the PaperX players to have started over at A and get a lurk off. You see, RB and stax considering it because the rotate was extremely fast from DRX. Daveeys, I mean, he's heading in that direction, but he's going to take a long time to create any pressure over on the A side.
About 50 seconds in a round, though.
cgrs sends in the flash, which means he doesn't have one now for another 30 seconds, I think. That was the timer. That takes away a big tool and doesn't really tell him too much. But it looks like Daveeys is going to be the player that's supposed to open this site up for them. Yeah. The spike is just so far away.
The goal is, what it seems at least, PaperX make noise towards B, send in the flash of a spam there. Mindfreak was trying to drag over the rotations, which is quite successful. You can see the DRX players.
It's very dangerous crossing RB here. I mean, he might just jiggle and back up. Now he's going to stun and refight, and that's going to make it hard for mindfreak to cross with the spike.
Yeah, that's a really great decision. Recrossing up onto the angle. There's 12 seconds remaining. The spike is dropped down. It's an unwinnable situation for Daveeys. Keep your rifle going. You've just got to save it. So a successful bonus round for DRX. The aggression at the beginning towards B main doesn't quite pay off. They couldn't grab the openings like they were hoping for. Copenhagen.
Yes, yeah.
Well, they lost in the finals. But,
they lent into it.
They lent into it more. They just went further in. The all-in aggressive play style.
And picked up one of the most cracked prospects you could possibly find. Gutting that he hasn't been able to make it here for their first match, but PaperX will be looking to try and do what FPX did at Copenhagen, in fact, since you bring up the tournament. So this one is slow. This one's slower.
Yeah, really just put the pace down to a bit of a crawl. RB playing that common heaven position as well. Normally you see Jet and Sky players, they will play here with the double duelist comps. But we were talking about it even before we went into the game, Josh. The idea behind it, the stuns are quite good at delaying. Now you start to see them taking a significant amount of space towards ramp.
Yeah, and they're stacking A heaven here because Buzz is on the monster lurk.
Oh yeah, he's got the timing for sewers. I mean, he's going to be able to surely get a kill. It's all about the timings, though. They're already exploding out into the side. Stax with the anchoring. He spots many. Buzz just trying to get a knife out to play his timing, but footsteps abound. Enough noise cues were made, but it is cleaned up.
Teams, so much. They've played 9 maps. This will be the 10th this year.
Yeah. That's part of the reason as well when the, well, enough about a bracket I was about to discuss. There's already a fast play out with a showstopper. Jinggg in there, not getting too much value. The dash then comes in a little bit later. It's the 1-2 punch of the duelist and attempted a trade, but Buzz just is that guy. Rocket online, fires it into the smoke, blind fire, but the rest of his team now starting to converge on the position. mindfreak, okay. Yeah, mindfreak spotted out there with just the jump spot. Divide. Maybe he can get a bit of space here towards Heaven. Tap through the wall.
Nice ideas. I think he's giving Buzz a haircut, but the spike is down in no man's land. I say no man's land, it's actually DRX's land. It's very deep in enemy territory.
Absolutely.
And it's Buzz that has won them this round, assuming mindfreak isn't going to be able to commit some kind of heist here and somehow get away with the spike. Oh my god, the timing there is just so brutal. RB threw down his, threw down the fast line and then just looked the opposite way.
30 seconds
It offered
left.
him the one. mindfreak though on 47 health. A single bullet will really bring him down. It's a doubled up high-low setup. He actually spots both of them, hoping for it, but no. Straight.
Trailblazer, really standard. And this is where RB's Neon looks great, because those stuns, I mean, he can get away quickly, sure, but he could also stun to refight in that situation, which Jet can't particularly.
Yeah, repositions back towards Heaven. Further back as well. First snake bite going to be used. A dash backwards from Forsaken. Trying to play for his life here. Jinggg is quite pushed up. RB seems to be quite aware of the possibility. Another stun. Minute down. All the players grouped up here. And again, it's these deep flanks. Zest, look at all that space he's just getting there. Into MaKo. He's going to be calling the entire time to his team. He's like, guys, there's no one around this area of the map. Most likely still sticking around A. Now the util starts to fly back and forth. Taking a bit of space into Heaven. What is the pathing going to be here? You just never know with PaperX. Ready for them though with the snake bite. Buzz, crossfire setup. Inside the smoke in his face. The nade there. They're trying to chase him all the way down. Satchels to avoid and adjust. He is being swarmed, isn't he? MaKo goes for a bit of re-exploration. mindfreak was holding that down and he's still in position. He's dinking players all over the place. It's a real test for the observers. How are you going to catch all of this? It's all over the place, man. Zesto with the rifle. 2 necessary kills, but the site has been gained over towards B. Time was running short. They're going to be able to get this plant. And mindfreak, look at this guy. Already the series just is, I mean, it's fun. It's fun, man. Always a pleasure to cast the PaperX here. Here we go. There's the exploration in mid. So I was talking about this a little bit earlier. They force out the nade. They do have to use their Trailblazer because of it, but they don't take any space. They're just backing away here.
Look how aggressive the DRX are on the defense. Whether it's B main or A main, they're constantly prodding and looking to see whether it's free and they can push. I feel like Zest may well get caught here, though. Is he just going to tuck in this corner? It's a nice spot to play with a judge, to be fair. So maybe the action will happen over on A ramp instead.
Yeah. mindfreak might choose to take adjustment. RB, well, fight, jumping up in the air, firing off the molly. He was an easy target. Inside the smoke, though, Forsaken is leading the charge for his team. So he's taken up that space already. They've gained access to the site, but they don't have Heaven control. It's lost for them right now. Spike planted safe behind the position. Have to use the Seekers now, letting that one loose. Gives them a bit of notice in terms of where some of these players might be.
mindfreak only had 1 star and he used it to smoke Heaven, so he doesn't have a pull on the plant right now.
Silent drops down, makes a bit of noise here. Cosmic Divide cuts through into the site. Now you start to see it. DRX moving forwards, high ground position. Forsaken still holding it. He's got the dash back and enabled. Brought down though, but the trades are online for them and it's left just down to MaKo. Lovely movement, slight jiggle practice. You can, in theory, is quite limited. Zest with the jiggle peek. Oh my god, they are so fast up and the crosshair placement. Forsaken, it's on point with it. Dashing forwards though, judging the hand of Buzz. His dash, stun, still takes the aim duel. Straight up close, and he shreds them with the pellets. Claims 2 kills for his team. How does this get salvaged? Divide around the back as well. The tight squeeze on all the remaining players as DRX attempt to... Flash misses, I think, actually. I went towards the left instead of through the main choke. Still PaperX not shying away from it. They want to try and play fast. The Boombo spots it. That's just through the smoke. Jinggg! Can't be getting away with that, man. Get out of here. The showstopper. It's an easy one. 3 kills in the round.
That's unholy.
What is he doing? Running and gunning with the Vandal, a mockery.
Well, that's that round over. You got no chance if Jingg's doing that through a Viper wall.
Yeah, we'll see if 6.11 fixes it.
I mean, that's off the boombot as well. He does have an idea that there's somebody there. It's a good read, too, to realize that people are playing that close by. But, yeah, when the bullets are going perfectly like that, it's Paper X's day, I guess. And I do feel for the DRX guys.
I mean, you've got Loud waiting down there, man. I mean, it's crazy. So, another half-buy for DRX. Do still have the danger. They kept the 2 rifles going. That dog does connect right around the side. stax is spotted. Still maintains his control. They want to try and refight this. That's the old overdrive. Ripped out in the hands. RB is going to try and open it up with a bit of galvanizing. Still, it's Forsaken on the high ground position. A flash play. Smoke at his feet. There's danger in it. Everybody's running out of bullets. And it's just silly.
I mean, that's amazing stuff. I really respect the discipline there from Paper X too. They had an opportunity to dive into the site and try and punish stax, who got tagged by the Trailblazer, and instead they knew that there was a reactive play happening over towards A-Ram. And they paused for a moment and made sure they fully dealt with it.
Just feeling like he has to make a play.
In terms of the default, that almost pays dividends instantly.
Yeah, Forsaken trying to punish it. I imagine getting a read as well, knowing that Zest has been jump spotting that early on. Swaps it out though. That was just Operator to his side, still has the rifle as well. And this is quite slow and spread out. Making noise in almost every area of the map. It's only Daveeys who's really playing quite slowly, trying to creep up towards A main. Took a timing there, actually. Daveeys going to be calling that the Trailblazer was just used. If he dodges his flash, he doesn't. Okay. Could be problematic.
He gets caught.
But he did call that the dog didn't see. They forced out the Seekers. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the entirety of the util being used by stax. Do they still want to go off of this? RB. 6-3 position as well. Closer, trying to anchor onto the side. The knives out now with the dog. Satchels forwards. Over the top. Up in the air. The right click with the regen. Still damage is done. And it is 2 for it. Forsaken's there. Buzz right back at it. But 3 for Forsaken on for the ace. What more can he do? There's the trade. Where's the 5th? He wants it. He can feel it. Zest shuts it down. So the 1v3 to Pit. Drop down, doesn't know what a crossfire position is. Isolate one of the fight. Here's just Daveeys. 1 versus 1. Daveeys low on a 4 HP. A bit of spam will do it. Zest. What a moment to come alive. Denying the ace and potentially grabbing the round. Just needs a bit of luck. There's no shot with the Phantom, the spam. 20 bullets left inside. Time running so damn short now with the decay kicking in. Daveeys. Blessed by Lady Luck, hasn't he? Really getting away with that. Any one of those bullets. There's a stun actually used to push this back, but there was a flash on top of that, so taking towards main. Both the stuns actually being used now. Again, updraft. Ground position here. Jinggg eager to take a fight. It's RB who swings into him actually. What timing! Rips out the gun in time.
How's he managed that?
And Buzz falls. Is he going to be that difference maker? stax close position where he's anchoring, not winning the aim duel, not against Forsaken. This guy is popping off right now. Any attempt.
Forsaken's individual turn-up has absolutely flipped my... They did play split in the regular season. DRX ended up coming out on top, but that was when Paper X had just started moving their roster around a long, long time ago. We know the history of these two teams and the history of the rivalry, but we had really no idea what to expect today. And even those slim expectations we were thinking about have not played out. The pressure's on DRX here. Very different tempo to start. An extremely spread default where they put down a little bit of pressure over here into B main, so they feel confident about taking this. Did that see something? It feels like it might have just popped up a couple question marks.
Yeah, maybe getting a read on the minimap there just from the tail end of it. And a flash also confirming the suspicions. They got the noise cue, so they know that there's at least one player there. We know, of course, it's a heavy group up, maybe setting up for what was the 4-1 split, now looking like a 3-2.
And Forsaken's very deep in A main, which means Paper X are allowed to put 3 on B.
Interesting stun, rebounds towards the side as a glide, and a nade used in response here. A lot of damage done. RB's going to be low. Hasn't naded her own. Buzz pushing it, but no one's actually really popping out of the smoke. They're waiting for MaKo and Zest to get in position. It's really disjointed here. Jinggg being shot from behind. No one was covering his back. The slow play, well, it works out with 12 seconds remaining. Time was running so damn short there, but do a good job, DRX. They cut noise adequately enough, whether intentional or not. Really, I mean, I think it was just because they were forced to wait for the Heaven players.
But the timing worked out.
Yeah.
And again, patience being beneficial for both of these teams. Forsaken was the player that was putting pressure over in A. He's forced to try and win a 1v5 here, which I think is going to just be a little past him.
Well, spotted out where the potential reswing was, but yeah, 30 health.
Extraordinarily difficult situation, and a very good start here for DRX in this half. They obviously needed the pistol to mount, and it's what happens today.
And expectations, toss them out the window, because really, I mean, everything was against PaperX. Still plenty more of the map, though, to go, potentially, so
absolutely.
See if DRX can turn the tide. I mean, they get that pistol around, like you said. Pretty important.
And cgrs is going to be a player that is taxed quite a lot on defense, I think. On the attack side, as we see DRX going into B, on the attack side, cgrs is just going to be feeding, you know, utility for his duelists and can rely on Forsaken and Jinggg calling that. I think mostly Forsaken calling that out. But on defense, cgrs is going to be asked to do a bit more on his own, especially if Forsaken dies early in a round, or if he's having to hard anchor A. He's got to pick his timings for the defensive info utility. Definitely something to keep track of.
Smoke to get themselves in the satchel with a shorty up close, but everybody's getting mowed down here. Interesting that, yeah, PaperX, they don't go for... Okay. Damage done, but time is running so low. That's a shorty. Not the weapon of choice, but...
Quite slow for their attack side. Oh, here comes RB.
Okay, here we go. Stuns, flashes. Absolutely blinded up, Jinggg. How is he finding that? Satchel to the side. He's grabbing all of them. mindfreak also seeking to contain. And again, stop that pressure that was going through into B main. Forsaken did lose his life earlier. That's a wide double face. MaKo, he does trade a necessary kill, but he's left alive in a 1v2. Does have the spike. By the way, there's only 25 seconds that have passed in this round.
What a difference to some of the teams that we've been watching at this tournament. Both of these squads quite happy to increase the tempo when it's required. MaKo using the Trailblazer audio cue there, realizing that cgrs is looking for information and routed to the spot, so he's happy to just run through, catch a little earlier of a timing.
He has a ton of time to work with here. I mean, like I said, MaKo, he's got the pieces to make something of this. Not the health, really, but...
He really is the rock that his team relies on.
Yeah. See that influence in his play at times as well. You know, when the team's not doing too well, he feels like he needs to step up, but man to man, he pulls off some insane moments with insane consistency. I really did for it.
Though they're set up again for a similar kind of mid pressure on attack.
There's a lot of space cleared out just from the Trailblazer. Yeah, it didn't check down into sewer, so MaKo still lurking there. Goal just to be setting up Forsaken onto the A main angle so nobody can lurk. So he is past the, you know, the Viper wall. That was really what they were intending. Mid as well, it could be some back and forth exploration potentially, but yeah, time ticking down still.
Mid is such an important part of the map for DRX to control, especially in this round where they have Seekers. It's just going to be so useful for stax if he uses them in that kind of spot to tell where PaperX is kind of cheating.
Is so risky from Jinggg. He sees it, the shoulder, and it's a wider face by Buzz. He's immediately there to capitalize and punish it. Still, they want to try and play fast off this. DRX taking that B Heaven control. Did lose a player in the process. Daveeys, he's got to try and anchor it down. mindfreak being swarmed. Smoke was propped up though. He managed to get the utility off. Needs to hold this smoke as well. And he has created a bit of an opening. Drop down. Where is the trade? It's nowhere in sight. 6 bullets towards the back. RB, he's playing it with patience. At its core, this could be momentous. Slow it all the way down, son. Don't reveal anything. Finds it. Brought it to a 1 versus 1. He expects it as well. He knew where cgrs was. Spike's picked up 14 seconds. Lands the shot. 3 kills. And he sat. That was an amazing moment.
Here.
There's the half buy for PaperX. So Economy really taking a knock after losing that one. DRX really bringing us back, or at least the possibility of it. I mean, they're winning the necessary rounds, but you've got to keep it together.
DRX have never got a read that PaperX are only leaving one player A. They're using cgrs's utility to just, most of the time, rotate off.
So here we go. Satchels. Again, another glide forwards. White face. mindfreak still alive and kicking, but not for long. RB is there. Duelist player dropping down into hell. It's cleanup duty for him.
He's looking crispy with it.
Yeah, he really is. When RB's firing off like this, he's on a comfort roll. It's a good sign.
Best in the world.
Taken wants the rifle. Smoke to cut up the angle. Not quite a rifle, a stinger, but maybe he can do some damage with it. Yeah, bit of mistiming with that one. Wanted to get set up by the flash, but ain't gonna go with it. This is clean though from DRX. I mean, CGRS really no chance at all with just the classic, or with the sheriff.
Yes.
Going for it. Wants it, and he's got it.
That's a crowd pleaser.
Viper spit be made. Here's a showstopper, an exchange of all sorts of utility. It's all over the place, man. Jinggg still, he did the damage and he cleaned it up.
He's cleaning up his own mess there. RB had a phenomenal dodge and yet wasn't able to reset the aim to actually punish that showstopper from coming through.
That ult needs a buff or something. I'm telling you.
He just got two, Brett.
He did, he did. He set himself up quite nicely. mindfreak with the jiggle. Lays down the star. Oh my goodness, almost goes down because of it.
Yeah, he also didn't have the pull to be able to work with. So he had to... It was kind of too late on the timing there.
Plays up the util. Seeker's being used.
It's going to be so difficult to NB in this spot, though, because of Daveeys' ultimate. It just doesn't seem doable.
It really doesn't. That's probably why they've just slowed it down again, making sure that they explore up into mid as MaKo, who's gained this position.
And it's a bad flash.
Well. He's pushed all the way deep, and yep.
Wow, that is so unfortunate. CGRS just used his flash in A-Heaven to make sure Forsaken was safe from that spot, and MaKo dodged it somehow. Maybe with the Viper Wall?
It's a free plow. stax gets that one down. 3 versus 3. Viper's Pit online. Place that one down into the elbow choke, and look at that area that it's covering. This is brutal to get through. If you are PaperX, got to pray for some of that Jinggg RNG, I think. Maybe with the run and gun as well. Hope you collect an easy kill, spamming into the corners here. One upside is everybody is playing in the pit, so there's always that potential. You've got to land your shots properly. Flash round the side. The K kicking in makes it an easy kill to claim. mindfreak forced to back away and save.
And that is an enormous round for DRX and MaKo. There's the hole. I was talking about how I really liked the way that PaperX were playing their defensive side, and they were just posting up Forsaken on A main. Now, obviously, he's weak from that mid, instantly recognizing the advantage he had there. That's part of what makes MaKo world class.
Now you're starting to see, got to turn up the heat, haven't you, Forsaken? Straight up into it, taking the fight to MaKo. That's a bit of a read, I think, that they know that MaKo was playing so slowly towards that area. 2 players in sewers. The sound made, Forsaken! Absolute genius at work here. Grabs the one, doesn't quite get the third. Still. He's made this more than winnable. Oh my god, okay, CGRS, why not? Go for it. Pop flash play around the side, but Buzz wasn't really blinded up. Double satchel now. Makes his mark. His claim as well towards the site. Got to try and get this spike down, but important to note as well, they do still have a main control.
And they have a pull that can go on the spike here. Buzz with a showstopper.
Flanked as well, though. And there's a fight taking place on the side. Buzz, 3 in a round for him. Got to get a bit of a move on. And I think mindfreak running. No, he slowed it all the way down. Him versus Zest is quite important, and Zest falls. Now they know, should be at least 2 players onto the site. PaperX starting to put the squeeze on into elbow. Maybe some util to set it up. Showstopper's forced out. Trying to make something from this one. 55 health on Buzz. He'd love a kill from this. Again, just waiting it out. Time is ticking. It's getting shorter and shorter. Have to let rip. And you have to find some kills. mindfreak, he wins his. Defy follows up. And just in time. Just in time. Matchmaker. It's been slow all up until this point, but now our Trailblazer leading them in the side, forcing out the snake bite. Nade towards the back, and a flash. Daveeys is in a lot of danger. Low enough. But it's a stray bullet to Buzz as well as he Let's lead the Chargers team. He's in there towards elbow. cgrs, what?
That's unfortunate.
MaKo, crazy.
That'll happen.
Yeah, still nade in the hand of Jinggg. He's cleared out towards main. Wondering if he is going to get refought out. Seeker is broken. Here's the nade. Rebounds over towards the side, trying to force this fight out. Again, MaKo is just elite. Only the one before it's traded. mindfreak, 1v3. Doesn't know where anybody is. Buzz seeking as well to collect and wrap around.
They played him for one map, I believe, in Pacific.
Let's see if PaperX again get away with murder on their half-by. This is exploration into mid. Deep contact play at the beginning, seeing if they can hunt for a kill, but don't get too much done. In fact, just spotted out. No reaction from DRX, but now you're starting to see them go a little bit. Boombot, Dog, either way, making sure to clear some of those angles. Daveeys still playing his life. Going for any sort of one and done, so they give them the side entirely, while this flank also starts to really pay off. This flanks again on flanks, because Zest is also just in the middle of mid.
I mean,
way far apart.
Every A hit, Zest has just been sat AFK in market playing the pull and then going for the latest lurks possible. So, I mean, that's how they're working him in this roster.
Retaking that main control, pushed up. Together now, heavy group up onto the side. These DRX players, could be some danger, absolutely. Satchel plays still with the rifles. Is it going to be easy sailing? MaKo. To stop from this aggression, they double face though, and they have handed Forsaken. One of them with the dash back online, rips out the Sheriff, tries to take the fight! RB! It is magnificent, but they don't know where Zest is. With time running this low, it's been played well.
The final layer. Zest just having so much faith in the rest of his team that he'll be able to go on these long, late lurk. High-low setup for PaperX.
It's just that one round, as you mentioned in Josh. Bring it nice and even. What a comeback. The high-low setup. It pays off, doesn't it? It's an opening kill onto RB.
I love that. PaperX have been running it in Pacific too a lot of the time. Very good against the DRX team that's going to try and take that space before bursting.
Just an innate understanding of the timer of that one with the boombot. Duck to the side, but the purpose of it was really just to fake that A pressure and presence, and it's a re-clear called again by PaperX. They're just contacting down into mid.
Yeah, cgrs also missing his flash there, so they're worried that somebody could be deep into A heaven. They're actually giving, or being forced to give DRX all of this space.
That's the second flash used. This time a bit of an indicator, but no more to play off of. They don't know if Heaven's compromised. You can see how scared they are of this while this flank comes through in and out of sewers. Stax with the gun at hand. Ready and waiting. And now he immediately runs up onto the side. He realizes, I've got the spike. I've got to try and play for this. Satchel forwards, Buzz. He swings out wide. Jinggg still in the fight. The rocket let loose a little bit too close as well. Doesn't really get any damage at all, but they do have that Heaven control. All three players now grouped up as well. Starting to see the util sails through the sky. It's a snake bite. Looks off the one angle there, shots. It's an absolute firing range for MaKo. And it gets the ult off online. Spray down from mindfreak.
Very weak.
Damage done. MaKo is low. A single bullet and burst will really bring him down, and the whole defense will come crumbling. But still Buzz holding down the one extremity here into elbow. It needs to be that random kill, and the random spray, the last bullet finds it, isolates it, knows what Buzz is, and he wins it. DRX bring it to OT. Catching just onto the model.
Yeah, Zest's cape almost just drifting away there.
Daveeys playing as well with the judge. Now there's a star at his feet. There is a lot of danger here. I'm pretty sure that will pull him if they choose to use it. That's a recall. Oh, well, okay. Just a star. Propped up. Daveeys takes the timing right around the side there with RB. Follow up with the rifle. Zest containing this deep push as well. Fights all over the place, missing the shot. Forsaken. Smoke up. Props up the one way. Does he really want to try and get back onto the angle? Zest has got the read on this. He's actually got his crosshair on it.
He's in astral form.
Yep. Star.
Wow.
Up, smokes. The space being gained, but that could be a play to make as well. He's going to be making a call as well that everybody's rotating away.
Yep. That's going to make cgrs and Jinggg ready for it. cgrs has really struggled in these anchor spots before, but Jingg's been excellent with it.
It's one thing to be aware, it's another thing to stop it. They know the hit's coming through onto A, all that space was gathered. There it is with the flash! Re-swing from Jinggg! And it's up to Zest to try and extend the play. There's no chance.
Hopefully Cigarettes will have a better individual performance.
Flash pull and a satchel to take up Shower's control for DRX early on in the pistol, and there's a molly that meets them. Not going to back, nobody can really scale off of it, so giving up entirely the front section of A, including Lamps, has been given up. The reflank, though. cgrs is already straight through the back into Showers, and they're going to try and get the squeeze onto them. Buzz is alone, surrounded on every single front.
Daveeys is still here on B.
Yep, and Daveeys could be the difference maker, surely. There's one kill found. Still got the flash, wants to take the fight to them. Everybody's blinded! Hopping and skipping, Zest survives. Still, Boombot in his face, low enough. A single bullet will do it. Jinggg runs him down. And cgrs, what a statement.
Okay, I believe he's got half the...
One of the big questions I had, I think, when I was seeing this paper, it's gone. Called Star, interesting. Free shot. Do you really want to be taking this fight into them? Of course you do. Paper X. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they don't back away from any sort of challenge, do they, Josh?
No, they don't. But now Jinggg is getting pinched. He's got to be worried about Hookah. You can soft, silent drop out from Hookah now.
Haunt was timed ever so slightly. Reveals him still. Maintains his hold on to it. Tried to satchel him back as well. Get away from me, MaKo. But the spike's in his hands. Smoke dropped. Got to expect that there could have been rotations in this time, but lots of time in the round still to make a play. Where have I seen this one before?
MaKo can definitely win these.
He just waits it out. It's a luxury that he does have. Picks up the Bulldog as well, so there is plenty of chances. Second plane is particularly safe. I mean, the man's just jump spotting through the back of their halls, but they're worried as well that he's rotated all the way through B long.
Yeah.
You can see the positioning. I mean, they're already playing back over towards A. At least Forsaken is.
MaKo is going to assume, I would guess, that Hookah's compromised because they didn't clear that area out at all. But where do you plan for? Just inside Tube?
10 seconds left.
10 seconds.
All right.
Back of the site. Yep. There's a plant. Paper X hoping to play this one together. mindfreak jumped out. Oh, wow. No sound cue off that. Spam into it. Yeah, that's just unfortunate timing. Silent drop, I guess, from mindfreak.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it, and allows him to slow it down, think more, and just collect up some of those kills. But
look, he's doing the high tide. Oh, he's doing a different high tide here. One that goes, again, though, through the teleporter and threatens like you could be pushing out sand.
Yeah.
This, though, is a bonus round strategy for Paper X, where they want to fight Showers, pick up Thrash. What's the play with the Thrash, though? It's only Daveeys over towards B. It looks very weak, and they're banking on DRX just playing slowly.
That's incredibly weak. Flash spotting out at least one of the players. Dog also being forced out. What was that? He just lobbed through the TP.
I think that was his pistol. I think that's his,
okay.
I think that's his reliable sidearm.
Yeah, that is. That's funny, honestly. Okay, here we go. Thrash being used together. That is the Tainment just on the one around the corner. The kill's found behind the box. Cess will not be escaping the ire and immediately pick back up again.
They're picking it up. They're not worried that there's anybody coming to help and punish them for it. All right, so now they're going to have Thrash again.
They can never go with it. Still the nade as well to clear through into the back of the side. It's going to be a Dizzy. Broken. Here's Thrash. There's the nade as well. Slams it on both sections of it. It's up to stax and RB to really hold their own. Rooted to the ground. Wingman falling. Pop up. cgrs not favored with there. Just couldn't quite get the rifle cooled down enough to take a shot. mindfreak's worked his way all the way around. Oh, okay. It's stax actually. Still mindfreak is alive in the fight, but well, not for long. So
one more of those creative plays. And this is that high tide I'm talking about, where they fight for sand and fountain control potentially.
The Haunt lands all the way over the top. I don't believe it tagged onto anybody. Not sure what the purpose of it was. Dizzy over the top. Broken. Shot out of the sky. And the high tide, I mean, yeah, it makes it easier to fight over that sand control. There was no intention of that, though, from the Paper X players. Flash pushing them away. They still have control of Hookah. Jinggg is holding close. I think, oh my goodness, the Dizzy.
With the mosh pit lineup as well.
Just got to get out of there.
I mean, that mosh pit went all the way over the wall and landed right about where the ult orb was. So, cute trap play again.
Some very nice ideas.
Doesn't actually gain them anything, though, but it does tick time off the clock. There goes the Dizzy again. How many Dizzies has he used in the round so far?
It's 3, I believe. He's throwing it straight up in the air, so he's able to get it back immediately towards safety. Trailblazer, that is a stun that latches. Nade all the way through. That's a TP crunch, but it's just Forsaken. Is it really a crunch if it's just a one solo player? Forsaken going for it. Up through it to be long. Last player standing is RB. Can't see a bloody thing. How so much of the strategy of PaperX, it centers around that B long control. It was so difficult for DRX to take it. I mean, the amount of util that was coming their way. This time, it's the eco, it's the half bite. DRX, oh my! Not aware of that one, it's traded. He does well for it. Prowler in his face, crunch through into the showers, as well right through the TP. RB though, takes care of Daveeys. MaKo's just running and gunning right through the smoke with the judge in his hand, set up for it. Close, shoulder to shoulder, running backwards. All over the place, isn't it? cgrs with the wingman drop down, immediately broken 2 pieces, but they still maintain control of showers, and that causes the early exit. DRX, they do not want to fight it. Through the TPs now, they get the sight. They know that it was that overcommitment, but mindfreak hot on the trail. TP's right behind them. Can't win the fight there.
So cgrs, the substitute, left in a 1v2, tries to find a timing past the Trailblazer.
As good as util.
Quite gonna manage it.
Aiming to take the fight though. The high-low setup.
Yeah, for the attacking side. So DRX are gonna have a round. Maybe this one, maybe the next.
I love this development of the meta, where people are just trying to headbutt the util that flies over the top.
Yeah, there's only a few lineups where you can punish it in that way.
Here we go. Nightfall gives them showers control all the way through. Again, you see the orbital strike being used right through main. Satchel to avoid it. Damage is done though. Sets up mindfreak. He's able to beam him through. Jinggg through the back of the site. It's on top of it. On top of the truck. It's 2 kills. Jump spot. Wide swing. Wants to take the fight. Spike drop down. There's really no reason to try and give stax that one, but he does it. I mean, confidence is there with Jinggg and enough time bought. That was a really rapid, really spoken about, but it's so important. I mean, if PaperX ended up winning, it would just be, you know, even if it's an extra couple of days, could be all the difference if they can get their full roster together. Here's DRX, flash in their face, Forsaken. Oh my goodness, okay, backing away, covered his feet just to try and survive. Interesting usage, rocket, sails and lands. Onto the top of the truck, Forsaken though, out to the one side of it, and here we go. Potential detainment as well. Thresh was coming right through the TP showers. Control is theirs, but there's that late lurk that's still occurring from RB. Plan, jump spot, right click, not enough to claim the kill. MaKo's got his ult, Viper's Pit, now in play, flashed up, blinded up, goop in his face, nobody can see a bloody thing. It's stax, left again to contain and control the stalwart defender. Through into short, Zest. Over the top now, Horn gonna be spotting quite a bit as well. All 3 players being lit up towards the back of the site, and RB needs to be final line of defense and a bit of a difference maker. Does he want to swing and take the fight? Just holding his ground. The plant's down. Gives a bit of a breather. Holding towards the back. Zest with only the 1 kill before being traded. It's a 2 versus 2. They need this pit to go down. And MaKo's still alive. It's a real nuisance to get through. The fog settling in. Random spam as mindfreak will back away, but it's a consolidation kill. The round win goes to DRX. Heavy investment. Scrappy all over the place. Or even.
But that's what I said, DRX were getting so close to those ultimates and decided to spend them all in that round. And it has knocked the economy for PaperX. It's an important, pivotal, economic swing round. But we saw PaperX being excellent on the Thrifties in map 1.
Yeah, you cannot count them out. Even with the Stingers, a rifle or 2. They will make plays, they will take risks. And they'll win their aim duels.
Especially when they have the Reckoning to work with and Jinggg 1 away from a showstopper.
Oh yeah.
If Jinggg finds a kill, I mean, then the ultimate situation can turn the round completely on its head. DRX are holding a very strict, slow default to start this round. And now they've backed up.
It's because they're scared, but the more time they waste, the worse it's going to look. They haven't bled out the molly. Grouped up towards A. Here's the wall going up. mindfreak is close. He actually needs somebody to spot this for him. There's a Reckoning being held at his back. He hears the dog. There's a molly. There's the ult trying to buy time. And a Dizzy! Buzz! He's blind as anything, man. Screen completely obscured. Stuns there. Can't set up MaKo for the kill. And a wide swing to trade. Stax is eventually brought down to his knees. Out to the open, though. DRX might be able to salvage this as well. Zested claim control of showers with the stinger from that range. cgrs Pulling it out of nowhere, RB round the back, spots it, and well, can't take the fight to him.
We will be
All smiles from the PaperX players. I think they can go into this match as well, probably thinking near the beginning, you know, guys, okay, let's just have fun with it. We're not playing with our active roster. We've only had 10 days of practice. Let's make the most of it.
God, the fun buff goes crazy.
It goes crazy, I'm telling you. Every event, there feels like a team that's just like, guys, let's just have fun with it. And they pop off, they do well. Here's an attempt from DRX. They do take that Lamb's control. There's a pull. It's really mistimed a little bit. An attempt to re-clear into showers. Orbital strike pushes Buzz really far back into it. Lined up. Zest lands that one shot with the Sheriff. Rocket up in the air. Jinggg. Oh my goodness. He's an easy target. The rifles sail them away to the round win, hopefully. MaKo, though, still alive with 70 health. It's a 1v2. It's a high-low setup. How many times we said that one, and it does shut it down. It's safe enough. It was being thrown before by Zest. A bit of a lineup. Oh, okay, into B long. Well, a fight gets taken by Jinggg alone. There wasn't really any util to set him up.
Yeah, that's nice, though. It combos with the snake bite from MaKo.
Yeah. So, an actual good attempt here to take that B long control, which DRX have already just vacuumed up the space.
Yeah, and you were talking about how important that area of the map is for PaperX.
By denying it now, you do reduce the amount of options PaperX have, but they've immediately rotated 3 of their players now over towards B. They're going to try and re-clear this.
Yes.
But just, okay, just dry picking. There's no util. The trade time and the swing time and the Forsaken is so delayed. He's not there to set up for it. Buzz can just be cool, calm, and collected. He takes those fights, a bit of a timing. CGRS, when's this smoke going to fade? Not spotted out by the dog. Haunts round over the side, a bit of spam as well. They seem to be aware of it. That was, where was that from? All the way back into spawn. The wallbang kill onto Buzz, and it's caused a full rotation. Backing away. They don't want to give away anything in a 2v4.
CGRS is one away from Thrash as well. I think that's why they were fighting so heavily over that B-long ult orb. But now, he's going to need a kill in order to get it online. Will he even have time in a clutch situation like this?
MaKo is in the middle of nowhere, but the rest of the players' positions for DRX is actually quite nice. Doubled up in lamps, late hold into showers, even the pull that RB, he's got the star, you can see it sitting there on the spike. Lovely job showcasing that. Too many layers to get through, and so PaperX, they call quits in the round. They're going to save.
That's an unfortunate one. I mean, they still have money to be able to buy for next round as well. Jinggg, his cash might be strapped just a small amount, but if you save a rifle, I actually think I'm in favor of CGRS just running in and dying here. Because you get Thrash online for a potential play in round 11, and you actually don't get punished with the economy. That's not going to happen, though. So we might see another big clash over an ult orb.
Round.
Look at the snake bite, though.
Bite. It's over the top. They just want to push right past it. Doesn't matter if there's a snake bite. Oh my God! They've just run him over. It's a firing line.
Oh, that is disgusting.
You walk into that one, you are not making it out alive. Not even a single player going down. Listen, there was some damage done, but it's MaKo and RB.
And that's the spike. You saw the same high tide being thrown there from
Round's
Forsaken.
over.
It's done.
We've got a minute 10 to talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, pick a topic.
Okay, Greek mythology. You want to revisit that?
I'm afraid I'm not brushed up. I mean, what on earth do RB and MaKo do?
You just save. You just
Yeah.
have to save. The spike is not retrievable here.
They've got money, though. That's the weird thing for the final round. But it's just over. What an incredible play, though. I mean, PaperX want the ult orb, so DRX are going over there to try and deny it, and PaperX know that DRX are going to try and deny it, so they're like, okay, let's stack 4 people over there and run at them. I mean, I love disastrous spot.
Last play. It's the last round for it. Fresh going forwards. Barreling into it. Right through short. There's a rocket exchange as well in the razors, but they don't know what's going on. Quite taken, though. Jingg's still alive in it. Brings down the adversary. Seekers as well, just pushing them back, but they have lost that showers control. Can Zest do anything with it? A flank through cave. CGRS, there was somebody watching, and I believe that was RB for just a moment. There's a real chance for some timings to be taken. That was fight, swinging through. There was no flash to really set it up. Nightfall as well, scattered us across. Jinggg, can't hear any sound cues. Just trying to buy time as well, create and hold the space. Zest out in the open, it's got to be called. Jinggg, fight close with the reload.
One enemy remaining.
And MaKo seeks as well to win out his fights by swinging close to the site, but throwing out plays, whatever the team wants to do, making calls, playing with confidence, it's all there for them. And you're seeing it once more manifest. They are straight up through into B long. Cove to get them in as well. Nade towards the side onto the one angle. Molly on top of it. It's all coming together. And where's the defensive utility? Anything to slow them down? MaKo in tube. They don't have control of elbow. Satchel's pushing it back and away. Okay, and a call is made. Is DRX to want to try and flood into this one right through the smokes? It's successful.
Going for that bonus round buy.
Oh, they're going to be meeting a boatload of players though. Got to back out of there. You get your two, and they're like, we don't even want to cross with them at all in terms of what they're putting up with the classics. Even still, give up and concede that space into Shower, setting up Jinggg into a 4 position, but still with the weapons, they should be okay. There you go.
Looks clean, in fact.
Yeah, spam through the wall, left it up to just Forsaken and Daveeys, and doesn't really feel likely that they're going to be able to get too much done. Happy to take the fight with Buzz. Yeah, looking like all 5 players surviving from DRX. So it will be flawless. Unless Daveeys can do a bit of damage. Ping onto the Ghost. Flash misses. There's one. Okay. Buzz taken out. Is that a Bulldog?
Which won't matter if stax is able to retrieve it.
Ah, well.
But if Daveeys can do more damage, that would be huge.
He's just going to save the Bulldog.
Well,
no, he's not.
And stax is making a beeline for it too. RB throws him his.
Essential beginning. Bonus round conversion for DRX would put him in contention once more.
Yep, I mean, this is a weird high tide.
It is, it just rips its way through. It grants them a bit of a pocket to play through, doesn't it? Oh, okay, here's the mosh pit. Over towards the top. That's into triple, Dizzy, and the nade. Snakebite used just on the default box angle. They have Shower's control as well. They're taking up pretty much all of this one. Now Wingman going for the plant. Fast flank through now. Prowler and a Trailblazer used at the same time, and mindfreak just doesn't have the bullets to spare, really, for it. Flash into the corner. CGRS can't see a thing, and crosser placement's just not good. Bit of a wraparound. Buzz, is he going to miss this timing? Jinggg takes a fight to them. Oh, my. Collapse. Straight onto short. MaKo and RB. What can they get done now? Noise cues cut away, yet Daveeys still remaining sharp, in control as well of lamps, making sure nobody can walk past any of... Isn't this different? It's all 5 players grouped up into sand. Horn destroyed, there was a timing there that potentially could have been punished. Trailblazer, that stun connects. Forsaken's already in. Nade at his feet, mosh pit over the top. It's a full util dump, the execute, and the mosh pit lands the kill. Spray transfer from Buzz, almost landing the 3rd. That is absurd. He's made it even. 3 versus 3. Spike's trying to get planted. Snakebite rebounds. Clearing the close corners here through the smoke. Lovely movement from RB. Enough to jiggle as well. It makes it a favorable fight for him. It's just down to Daveeys. Flash in 12 seconds. Is he even going to have time to really play for this one? They know exactly where he is. Come onto the corner.
So many moments like that in this game.
Yep, there's one. 5 seconds until the flash comes through. Ping on 2. The tap already onto the spike. It's halfway through. RB just sticking it. And yeah, just couldn't quite land the shots. Thought he was off when the defuse was coming through.
Really odd.
It is an attempt to clear out towards Showers. Buzz is one away from the ult. Doesn't go for the orb though.
Yeah, bit strange, but he just wants to get back to short. Have they got a C9 combo or something? Zest is definitely holding utility. Could be a Prowler though for RB to peek off.
Here we go. Talking about set executes. Here's another one. Reckoning. Stuns landing. There's a mosh. Towards the side of triple. Still this time, Shower's control is maintained. RB will fall at the back of the side, but 2 players need to hold this ground from DRX right now. It's on to Buzz and Zest. Forsaken, eager to take the fight. But a satchel, yeah, that's Buzz. Set up nicely for it. Offsetting of the aim. Bit of a tap through with a horn connecting. Jinggg still needs to hold it down into lamps, make sure that nobody can cross. As well is going to be trying his hardest, but with the Prowler latching onto him close to the corner, flash and a seize, and the snakebite, it's all combo together. That is beautiful. Okay, showstopper, maybe a little bit overkill. Potentially the kill was already theirs, but it's brought an ult of his own up close into the face. Damage is done, but they all fall down and tumble. It's right now, once more, it's DRX who are mounting that comeback. This time, similar scenes. This mosh pit looks like it's going to land on the backside of B long. Where's it going? Over the side, Trailblazer. There's the Seekers. It's a pull into the mosh, but it's all a little bit mistimed. And enough of the defensive utility of DRX that it does stave them back, stave them away.
Yeah, just a little set play, potentially for a pick, so that they could commit afterwards. Still a Thrash to work with here, and they're hoping that they can barrel over somebody from DRX that's pushed through showers or short.
Satchel into the face, it's traded.
Good trade.
Yeah, with those guns, are they going to take the DPs? They are. Long control is being held this entire time by Daveeys. Still, they don't have any real idea of where players are onto the site.
And now Daveeys making noise, which makes them think they've gone B, but actually Forsaken stayed to get a rifle, and now he's calling them to come back.
Yep.
It's layers on layers, running rings around DRX.
My brain is struggling to keep up here. Wingman, send them charging in, going for the plant, so that's going to be
30 seconds left.
finally getting themselves into this post-plant situation.
Daveeys is miles away currently, but DRX are not starting this quickly, waiting for the high tide to fall perhaps.
Try and play aggressively with the Thresh. I mean, they still... cgrs playing into showers. He has the ult, but with Forsaken falling, they might not opt to actually use this one. No, he still does. It's being used close to detain. Up in the air! Did it actually catch? Stax! Oh, he covers his teammates back. Buzz can't get the weapon out. Bit of a tap onto it. It's left down to it. What is that? The flick to the side. Zest lovely once more with the movement. Shots need to be fired off, and with the Sheriff in his hands, doesn't have the gun for the job. Not to close to the corner. Heavy group up into short from KRÜ. Might want to play with a bit of aggression. Here's an orbital strike as well at play. Trailblazer. Cascade. High tide rips through. Tons of util being used in conjunction. There's a Dizzy and there's a kill. Buzz just trying to vacate, trying to drop off the backside of Truck, but he paid for it with his life. Wingman out. And that plan off. A bit of spam as well. It's a hard target to hit, and now the showers lurk all the way through into the back. Zest was aware of it, but already the back of the site. There's that aggression at play. Giving up control of showers. The nade rebounding to the side. Zest is an absolute difference maker, but he will go down to the util regardless. It's up to RB. He can't stand it. Not against that type.
And timings of his utility are really good.
Crunch towards showers potentially. There was a flash there. Grouped up. DRX, they gotta know there's players out here. You're gonna just push right through the smoke. Nothing to set this one up.
Wow. That is a bold read from DRX that there was nobody there. I don't know what that's based off. Maybe the fact that Forsaken was throwing utility over towards B. Maybe the fact that there was, you know, no Cascade used at the beginning of the round, considering that's normally how they take showers.
I mean, KRÜ have been playing quite grouped up, so maybe just expecting to catch the late lurk player, but, well, potentially salvaging it. I mean, this was a half-buy round, remember? And the rifle was salvaged by Buzz after it fell on the opposite ends of showers. He didn't let that one fall into enemy hands. .40 seconds left. DRX feeling like they've got the read. Smoke's dropped down, cutting up a decent portion of it. There's Dizzy, RB close though. And he's gained as well an upgrade for himself. Picks up the rifle. Here's the Wingman. Any sort of covering fire. That's going to be denied, surely. No, still planted. No, brought down. Spike dropped down. No fight taken here with the Satchels. Right into the smoke with the Shorty. And the Sheriffs are going to be at play once more. MaKo ripping off, firing off. There's 15 seconds left. cgrs, they know where he is. Stunned up. They're going to be hunting him down, making sure that he can't get away with anything at all.
This round has just saved DRX on this map, potentially. This is going to draw things level at 10-10, a Thrifty that they've pulled out of nowhere, despite the fact that they lost a player right at the start of DRX fan or Coach Alex, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's just going to be causing stress. Here we go. Nightfall's going to be used as soon as the first wave of utility jumps out towards short, so Prowler's even as well, chasing them all the way into market. Even the C's used on top, so a lot of util used in response by DRX here.
Jingg's got a judge. If he decides to go for a double blast pack push out through hookah.
Got the satchels for it.
MaKo's going to be the target.
Rebound off the wall with a cove. Tries to get him in. There's a flash into the corner. Hands over the rifle. Here's the ult. Online rocket right into tube. Nobody's going to be there to receive it. And MaKo has repositioned. This is absolutely gorgeous. And cgrs gets off of it. Plan going off still. finds the kill in a trade in the middle of nowhere. The fast reactions. Nade rebounding, forces him into the fight and forces him into a 1v1. He will go down post-mortem at that.
How do you expect Daveeys to be in this spot? There's just no way.
Wraps all the way.
You think he's long or elbow?
He's waiting to hear a sound cue from the drop. Hears it, and that's when he strikes. Here's another fast played out. DRX with their own spin on things. It's a showstopper straight down short. They cleared all the way out through A, and a reaction from PaperX. Still, he has the fuse. Rocket right through the TP. No damage done. They're already into the site. Seekers and a Threshold used together. One after another. Even the wingman as well should be able to get that plant down and opting for it. Still watching onto the flank. He claims to kill onto Zest, but will he expect the second player that's late lurking up here? It is Buzz, elbow control. This is the adaptations that you start to see from PaperX. They love to change up their positioning. It's aggressive, fighting towards the back, not letting DRX set themselves up nicely. Even with the Thresh picked up as well, that's going to be pushed all the way deep into the spawn. DRX, they've got nowhere safe to stand.
This has got to be a save, and it's going to allow PaperX to get up to match point here. Using a substitute, playing against their rivals, who they've had the better end of in the last couple of matches. Doesn't matter which roster DRX have used, Foxy9, Zest, either way, they have fallen recently.
Right there.
Historically, DRX has been the best team in the Pacific region by usually a long shot.
One more round, it's all it'll take for PaperX. And I mean, 5 players, they're grouped up once more. Towards Sand, Trailblazer, High Tide, clears it through. It's an interesting adaptation again. It's a nade, sails through with the mosh pit all the way. Jingg's over the top, Dizzy right behind him. Plant will go down here. Lost control towards the back of the site because Jingg's already there. The counter spam. And he was on that angle, so they do trade it out, even though they couldn't see where he was. Molly towards their feet. Nobody can get in towards the back of the site, but DRX need to salvage it. They need to find a way back in. Deep smoke, placed, Haunt, broken, pushing them off. Cosmic Divide as well. They choose to play up close. This is PaperX, making an in-the-moment call. It's agile, spray trans are not connecting shorties, and play with the rifles. It's up to Zest. One man against the world to keep his team in it. The extension of play, is it there? Not quite at all. PaperX. Today, Josh.